Hey guys, welcome back to a not-so-retro review, and this time around it's all about Wrc 8. But I won't be going wild with numbers, benchmarks, and if the force feedback is transmitting the real feeling of driving a rally car. There are tons of expert reviews out there, I just wanna have fun, so let's take a look. As a part-time content creator, I can't spend my very limited and precious free time looking out for the perfect setup, the perfect configuration for my wheel and pedals. I don't have a top-of-the-line simulation rig or something even close to it. I own an old and basic Logitech Driving Force GT that many developers nowadays simply ignore. But not Kilotonn. With that said, and along with Dirt Rally 2.0, 2019 was the year when KT Racing returned with their officially licensed Wrc game, 2 years after their latest installment. A year ago, I was a bit worried. I absolutely loved Wrc 7, and when I realized we wouldn't get the usual annual release, I started thinking that their agreement for the Wrc license had come to an end. And on top of that, and to get things even worse, we got V-Rally 4 instead. Gladly, I was wrong. Wrc 8 is here, but is it any good? As we step into the game's menu, it really shows that Kilotonn also took their time improving and upgrading it, and it's indeed a huge step up from their first venture into the series with Wrc 5. The handling model implemented is incredible, which translates extremely well to a gamepad, most importantly when it comes to weight and the all-changing levels of grip. I simply love how the car feels when crossing sections of the road filled with water, despite the splashing looking a bit weird sometimes, and sounds like someone firing a shotgun when driving inside the car.
Brake right 5 short over crest. 80.
But the real challenge and immersion comes when you try it with a steering wheel, even if it's with my old Logitech. So prepare yourself for a real workout. I can feel the resistance of any given road surface build up as I throw the car sideways, maintaining the drift and finding the perfect balance through steering via the throttle. What an incredible feeling! Nailing a handbrake turn is extremely satisfying. It reminds me of the amazing Richard Burns rally from 2004. But that wouldn't be of any good if there weren't a ton of different locations and rallies to defy our skills. The official Wrc calendar is here, with some well-known stages from previous installments, but now with tire wear and dynamic weather included in the mix. We start a stage with sunny conditions and reach the checkered flag under a windy and rainy storm. The all-new dynamic weather system simply turns every rally even more unpredictable. Better hire yourself a weatherman. And in relation to the tire wear, soft tires are typically faster over one single stage, but you'll feel the difference if there are 2 stages to race in a row, as the car reacts differently to the worn rubber. The entire 2019 season lineup is present, with cars, teams, classes, drivers and all 14 locations. Poland was dropped since Wrc 7, but we got 2 new ones, Turkey and Chile.
Square left 30.
A practice area is also available in this large open world section, which I found to be a pretty cool addition. And it's here where Kilotonn shines and, in my honest opinion, steps miles away from Codemasters. The design of each and every stage. Every location feels different, with its own distinct feeling, really embracing us into a Wrc environment. And let's not forget about the epic stages that were introduced in the previous installment.
Right 5 short 80 over tarmac. Hairpin left 50.
Remember when I mentioned that a weatherman was essential to have in your team? I'm not joking. If you really want to be part and experience Wrc in its fullest, you better start by choosing the career mode. It probably drank inspiration in Cody's F1 2019 game, released a few months back, in where we'll be signing contracts, hire a crew, maintain the manufacturers pleased with our performance and, between all that, Be on top of the latest advances with a research and development lab and team of engineers. It has that football manager sort of feeling as we read and answer to emails, pay bills, decide when the team should rest or if whether we want to try out for a manufacturer or do a bit of training. Keep in mind that allowing the team to rest between rallies will restore their stamina more quickly. In this mode, we'll be following a racing calendar composed with the traditional rallies and also different other events. A cool addition to break the furious WRC action for just a bit. But if you want to simply jump into the action, the full season mode is for you. In here, you'll take part of the main and full WRC season without the hassle of dealing with the team, of hiring staff and mess around with the research and development unit. WRC games have always been a sort of solo experience, so I never bothered too much to mess around with the online features. It's good to know that online is present, but I'm just too old for that. I simply don't have the skills of driving fast enough without making mistakes.
Left and right 4, tightens, widens. Into junction, keep middle, over crest, narrow, into kinks. Caution, right 4, cut into left 5, don't cut, brake. 5, tightens through gate. And right 3 into left 5 long, 50. Six short, bail in, into right 5, tighten, short, uphill. And left 5 over crest, tightens into right 4, short. Right 3 into left 3, short, open. Right 4 narrows, open. And right 4 medium.
So let's focus on the important stuff, handling and physics. There are the obvious differences between classes, but also between manufacturers. If you're not used to rally simulators, WRC 8 can present a really steep learning curve, and surviving the epic stages can be extremely painful. But even so, it's totally worth it. When you master it, there's a satisfying feeling of confidence that will make you push more and more. I haven't felt so confident behind the steering wheel of a rally simulator in a long time. I can really feel that I'm in control. Incredible. And that's what WRC 8 really begs for, to drive fast. On previous installments, there were times where the co-driver called hairpin right or left just a bit too late, and when the note was spoken, I was already off the track or going down a cliff. Until now, I haven't experienced that in WRC 8. And on top of that, and if you're used to these more serious racers, it feels great even with a gamepad. Again, the weather has a huge impact on the handling, mainly because of the aquaplaning. It's so damn unpredictable. Sometimes nothing happens and we just storm through the puddles with no issues at all. Don't quite know if it has something to do with the speed we go through them, but most of the times we'll see ourselves being thrown to the side and losing our momentum and even the control of the car. Also, the dynamic weather combined with the atmospheric lighting is very well done indeed. And it's where the sound design also comes to play. Engine noises and all other sound effects are a good step up from WRC 7, despite having from time to time an unexpected and exaggerated boost in volume when driving with the outside camera and even losing communication with the co-driver for no reason whatsoever.
Keep into left 4. Right 1 and keep middle for left 3. Very long over crest, tighten. Right 5, tightens 3, medium, definitely don't cut, keep middle.
Since WRC 6 that we had the same co-driver at our side, but this time around a new one was hired that really sings the notes softer and smoother than the previous one. A bit more of emotion and trembling on his voice would have added that little extra realism to the pace notes, but even so, it's a huge step up from all previous installments from Kylotonn.
Left 3, don't cut, into caution, jump into hairpin right, don't cut, open.
What really needs more in-depth work besides the dumb spectators is the water. Sounds, car reactions when crossing the puddles, and even the splashes have to be improved for next year's WRC installment. Take a look at this bit of gameplay from Colin McRae Dirt 2. This game was released 10 years ago, and the water effects still look mind-blowing to this day. This is what WRC 8 is really missing, in my opinion. Still, visually, WRC 8 looks good. It doesn't have to worry about being the most beautiful AAA racing title out there. It doesn't have the need to sell consoles. Let Forza and Gran Turismo worry about that. But the vastness of its locations, the unexplored feeling, the sense of being in the middle of nowhere, man, that's what really grabs me in games like this one and like Dakar 18. They can really deliver a truly realistic impression of the event we're at. No balloons and confetti in this one, just pure and raw racing material.
F3 tightens into flat right 50, left 4 over crest.
So guys, hope you've enjoyed my honest review of WRC 8, and if you did, don't forget to smash that like button, to leave your comment with your own thoughts about it, to subscribe to the channel, and to click on that bell icon, so that you're notified when all my new videos become available. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in my next video. Cheers!
Flat right, narrows 200, left, don't cut 80.